Hi, I'm Kojo the Christian Tech Guy, and this is my HTC One M9 rumour roundup. Now I've kind of delayed making this video and putting it out because I wanted to make sure I've got as much close and accurate information as I can potentially give. But of course, as usual, as is always said, take this with a pinch of salt. Now, we do know that the HTC One M9 will be launched on the 1st of March, and that's Sunday the 1st of March at MWC, that's Mobile World Congress, and it is a hotly anticipated device. The HTC One M8 was one of the most highly regarded reviewed smartphone of 2014, so there's a lot of expectation and a lot of expectation on HTC to almost improve it and to make one of the best phones again. They also need to follow what they did with the HTC One M7, which was also back in 2013 regarded as one of the best smartphones for 2013. Now, I'm making this video a day after there have been a lot of leaked videos and pictures and that have come out, and that was on the 24th of February. There was some promo videos apparently put out, and potentially some of the tutorial videos which HTC sometimes use to show the features of the software and of their smartphones. But I'm not too convinced, and there's a lot of things up in the air about it, and no one's... Of course, with rumours, there's no certainty, but I'm not going to focus on them too much because I'm just not too sure about some of the claims that are put out in it. But I will generally go out with what there is a consensus on the HTC One M9. So without any further ado, let me get started. So I'm going to start off with the hardware. So what we should see is the same kind of aluminium build, maybe a different type, one that's a little less slippery and even more durable in terms of getting scratches. So we should still see an aluminium unibody build to the HTC One M9. We should see the power button move from the top to the side of the smartphone, which is a welcome improvement. We should also see separated volume rockers on the same side, so that's on the right hand side of the smartphone. We should see the headphone jack and the USB 2.0 port at the bottom of the device, and the infrared blaster still up top. I think that's the hardware I think covered. Oh yes, we should see a full HD 5-inch screen as well, so that would be really good for the battery life, where most flagship phones are now going for QHD. HTC has potentially decided to stick with full HD, so that's 1080 by 1920, bringing a pixel density of 141, which is still perfectly reasonable and perfectly adequate, and some may even argue still a bit of overkill, but I think it hits the sweet spot nicely, and also enables there to be really good battery life. Now, talking about battery life, we should see a battery that is either 2,840 milliamp hours, or from that to between 2,900 milliamp hours. So we should see a bump up in the battery from the 2,600 milliamp hours that is found in the HTC One M8. So that should mean, coupled with the full HD 5-inch screen, a really good battery life, and hopefully one that I think with moderate use should see you through 2 days, depending on all the optimization that HTC adds to the software. It should have the Snapdragon 810 processor, which is an octa-core 64-bit processor, which, even though potentially may have some issues, or not some issues, that's still up in the air. I think HTC, with the software that they put out, which is very minimal but very smooth, we should see no hiccups with performance with this really good piece of software. It should also have 3 GB of RAM, which is a welcome addition. And yeah, I think that covers the SoC. Talking about cameras now, we should see the front-facing camera go from 5 megapixels on the HTC One M9 to 4 megapixel, but the ultra pixel camera, which is actually found on the back of the HTC One M9. This should really improve the low light capabilities of your selfies, and we should also see it be a wide angle lens, meaning you can fit more into the shot, so more people if you're, for example, taking a group selfie. The back camera should see a bump up in, well, quite a big bump up in resolution to 20 megapixels, which is something that HTC has been almost criticised for a lot over the past 2 years. So that would be a very welcome addition to their camera optics. I think even though this has not been leaked thus far, I think it should also be should have optical image stabilization, seen as that was a feature that was found on the HTC One M7 and was only dropped from the One M8 because it was not compatible with the duo camera feature. But we should see the duo camera feature dropped on the HTC One M9, so I think we should also see OIS, and it should also have 4K recording capabilities, which is found on almost any other Android flagship to date. One rumour has also said that there should be 3 microphones, so which would improve the noise cancelling software abilities, as well as improving the recording sound recording ability of the handset. And I think the last thing to mention is that we should see it shipped with the HTC Sense 7, which will of course be running on Android 5.0 Lollipop. That, I believe, will bring in a lot more features, a lot more useful features, as well as being very smooth in its usability. We should also, with the boom sound, I should mention that it's been rumoured to have Dolby surround sound, which would be a much welcome improvement, as HTC literally owns the speaker production with their boom sounds on their smartphones. Yes, I believe that's it for the HTC One M9 rumour roundup. If there's anything you think I've missed, why don't you put them in the comments and let me know. And ultimately, we will find out on Sunday, the 1st of March. Thank you for watching this, and God bless.